Welcome. In this session, I'm going to discuss some more questions from level 2 and then we'll move on to level 3 questions. So here, the next question from level 2, endemic goiter is a state of. So let's see here what is meaning of endemic. So endemic is something that takes place in a particular area. So here, the endemic goiter, so this endemic goiter occurs in the areas where the content of iodine is low in soil and water. Its content of iodine is low in soil and water. Okay, so here we know what is the meaning of goiter. So goiter is caused due to deficiency of iodine, and this results in a condition called hypothyroidism. And in this condition there will be enlargement of thyroid gland, enlargement of thyroid gland. Okay, so the question, endemic goiter is a state of increased thyroid function? No. So when there is no iodine content sufficiently supplied, there is no production of thyroid hormones. So the thyroid hormones will be produced very less. So hypothyroidism is a condition where thyroid hormones are produced in less quantity. So thyroid hormones are produced in less quantity. Not even moderate thyroid function will be taking place. Okay, decreased thyroid function, yes, this is right. The normal thyroid, so there will be no normal thyroid function. So the right option is option C. Next question, tetany is caused by decreased secretion of. So this condition called tetany is caused when there is low calcium in blood. So here we know the function of parathyroid gland. The parathyroid gland produces the hormone called parathyroid hormone. So it produces a hormone called parathyroid hormone, and this, in short, we call it PTH, or also called parathyroid. So now this parathyroid hormone is actually a hypercalcemic factor. Is a hypercalcemic factor, which means it increases the calcium levels. So it increases calcium levels in blood. So here, when this parathyroid hormone is produced in less quantities, then the calcium in the blood will be less, and the less calcium in the blood will result in a condition called tetany, and it is a symptom of hypoparathyroidism. So it is a symptom of hypoparathyroidism. So the right option is D, that is parathyroid. The next question, juvenile diabetes mellitus is due to. So we'll see here, diabetes mellitus is of two types. So that is type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes. So this Type 1 diabetes is insulin dependent diabetes. So it means that the person have to take insulin. So it's an insulin dependent diabetes, whereas type 2 diabetes is a condition where insulin is not required. So it is insulin independent diabetes. And this type 2 diabetes usually occurs over age of 40, whereas in case of type 1 diabetes it occurs at any age. So it occurs at any age. And usually, so this type 1 diabetes, we call it juvenile diabetes. So type 1 diabetes is a juvenile diabetes, and that is due to malfunctioning of parts of pancreas, and it results in no production of pancreatic hormones, especially insulin. So that results actually due to the damage of beta cells. So here, coming to the question, juvenile diabetes mellitus is due to loss of pancreatic beta cells. Yes, not resistance to insulin, malnutrition, no, obesity, no. So the right answer for this is option A. So juvenile diabetes mellitus is due to loss of pancreatic beta cells. So the next question, which one among the following hormones has no sexual importance? So here, interstitial cell stimulating hormone, so that we call it ICSH, or also called luteinizing hormone. So I told you that the luteinizing hormone in males, we should call it ICSH, and this will be responsible for the production of the testosterone. So responsible for acting on Leydig cells, and that produces testosterone hormone. And prolactin is meant for production of milk, responsible for production of milk in mammary glands. In mammary glands. And then the human chorionic gonadotropin hormone. So this is called, so HCG. So this HCG hormone is responsible for, so it is responsible, I mean, so actually it is produced by placenta. And this HCG, its function is to maintain corpus luteum during pregnancy. So that is human chorionic gonadotropin. So when you see out of these four options, the first three are in concern with reproduction. And the last one, antidiuretic hormone, that is also called ADH. So this is helpful in absorption of water in kidneys. So this ADH is not concerned with reproduction. So the right option is D, antidiuretic hormone. Next question, which one is a mixed gland? So here, mixed gland is a gland that acts as both exocrine and endocrine gland. So this should act as both exocrine and endocrine gland, right? So here the pituitary gland will have, okay, two functions. So it will be acting as exocrine gland and also will act as endocrine gland. So the exocrine part, it produces enzymes, whereas endocrine part, it produces hormones. So which one is a mixed gland? Right, thyroid gland is not a mixed gland. It doesn't have okay, exocrine part. It has only endocrine. It is only endocrine. Adrenal gland also only endocrine, and pituitary is also only endocrine. So it acts as only endocrine gland, whereas the pancreas is both exocrine and endocrine gland. So such gland is called mixed gland. So the right option is D, pancreas. So the next one, which is master endocrine gland? So here the master endocrine gland is pancreas. I'm sorry, pituitary gland. The master endocrine gland is a pituitary gland. We know that it is a hypothalamus that controls the pituitary gland, but even then we consider pituitary gland as the master gland. Okay, not hypothalamus. So which is master endocrine gland? Then it is pituitary gland. So option A is right. So thyroid is not master gland, adrenal gland not at all, because these all glands are controlled by pituitary gland. So pituitary gland controls the functions of all other endocrine glands. All other endocrine glands. So right option is pituitary gland, that is option A. Next question, pituicides are under the control of. So here, what are these pituicides? So these pituicides are the supporting cells, that is the glial cells of posterior pituitary. So the glial cells of posterior pituitary. So that posterior pituitary is neurohypophysis. And the function of pituicides is it assists in storage and release of neurohypophyseal hormones. Neurohypophyseal hormones. Right. So the question, pituicides are under the control of. So adenohypophysis, this is anterior pituitary. So it is not. So I told you that they are the glial cells of posterior pituitary. So which is neurohypophysis. So the right option is B option, that is neurohypophysis. The next question, a temporary endocrine gland in human. So here the temporary endocrine gland in human is corpus luteum. So this is formed after the Graafian follicle releases the ovum. So it ruptures and releases the ovum, and the Graafian follicle will develop into corpus luteum. And this one produces a hormone, progesterone. Okay, so which helps in maintaining the pregnancy, and only during that time this corpus luteum will be functioning, and after that it will get degenerated, right? So the next the option B, corpora allata, so we can also call it corpora allatum. So this corpora allatum is a endocrine gland in insects. Is a endocrine gland in insects. and this is actually produces a hormone called juvenile hormone. Actually, it produces a hormone, juvenile hormone, and this juvenile hormone plays an important role in metamorphosis. Plays an important role in metamorphosis. Okay, so here the pineal gland. So here there is no pineal gland. So pineal gland, we know it is all the time present, and islets of Langerhans, part of pancreas, are also present all the time. They are not temporary glands here. So the right option is B. I'm sorry. The right option is corpus luteum. So that is option A. So option A, corpus luteum, is the right option. The next question, cancer arising in parafollicular or C cells of a thyroid gland. So these parafollicular or C cells of thyroid gland produce a hormone, and it is called calcitonin. So these are the parafollicular or C cells of thyroid is of if the cancer happens in this parafollicular or C cells of thyroid, then it is called medullary cancer. So that is option B will be the right option. So here the follicular cancer, papillary cancer, and anaplastic cancer, all these are four types. Actually, there are four types of thyroid cancers. So out of the four, I mean four types, all these are four types: medullary cancer, anaplastic cancer, follicular cancer, and papillary cancer. Right. So out of that, if follicular or C cells are affected, then it is called medullary cancer. Next question we will see from level 3. So assertion and reason question. So first one, assertion and reason question. So Pitocin is otherwise called birth hormone. So here the Pitocin is an another name for the hormone called oxytocin. So oxytocin is also called Pitocin, right? And we know the oxytocin will act on uterus and will help in childbirth. So for that reason it is called birth hormone. So that is oxytocin helps in uterine contractions. So for that reason it is called birth hormone. So right, the both assertion is true statement and reason is also a true statement, and the reason is explaining assertion. So both A and are true, and R explains A. So that is option A is the right answer. The next question, which one of the following four glands is correctly matched with the accompanying description? So thyroid. So here thyroid gland is hyperactivity in young children causes cretinism. No. So this cretinism is caused due to hypothyroidism during pregnancy. So it is caused due to hypothyroidism during pregnancy in the growing baby. Right, so this is a wrong match. Thyroid, okay, hyperactivity in children causing cretinism. The next one, thymus starts undergoing atrophy after puberty. So here atrophy, which means degeneration, so degeneration of thymus gland takes place after puberty. Yes, this is a right statement. Right match. Then parathyroid gland secretes parathormone, which promotes movement of calcium ion from blood into bones. No, this will be from bone into blood. So we know the parathyroid gland is hypercalcemic hormone. So it actually produces more concentration of calcium ion. So this is right. So it should be from bone to blood. Right, so hence this is also a wrong match. Then pancreas, delta cells of islets of Langerhans secrete a hormone which stimulates uh, glycolysis. So this is also a wrong match. So because here the delta cells of islets of Langerhans, they produce somatostatin. They produce some somatostatin, whereas glycolysis is breakdown of glucose. So here the function of somatostatin is to suppress the production of insulin and glucagon. So this suppresses, okay, production of insulin and glucagon. So production of insulin and glucagon. So hence this is also a wrong match. So the right match is thymus starts undergoing atrophy after puberty. So that is option B is the right answer. The next question, treatment with Allosan destroys. So what is this Allosan? So this Allosan is a toxic glucose analog. So a toxic glucose analog, and this will selectively destroy insulin producing cells. So it selectively destroys insulin producing cells. Insulin producing cells. So we know that insulin producing cells in pancreas are the beta cells, okay, in islets of Langerhans, right? So here of course the molecular formula of this chemical substance, that is alloxan, is C4H4N2O5, right? So let's see, the first one, somatotropic hormone, that is a growth hormone, no. Right, then alpha cells of islets of Langerhans, they produce the hormone glucagon. So the beta cells will produce the hormone insulin, and the cells of Leydig, they produce hormone testosterone. So right, so alpha cells, no, it is not going to destroy the alpha cells or the cells of Leydig. So it is beta cells of islets of Langerhans. So the right option is C option. So the next question, excessive secretion of somatotropin leads to a disorder called. So this somatotropin is called the growth hormone. So the other name of growth hormone is somatotropin. So it's a human growth hormone and is responsible for growth of the body. So here this growth hormone, if it is produced in more quantities during the childhood, then it results in a condition called gigantism. And if it is produced in adult condition, then this will result in acromegaly. So it results in acromegaly. And we know already the cretinism. So this cretinism is a condition that is caused in growing baby in a woman, right, when there is a hypothyroidism in the woman. So if there is a hypothyroidism in the woman, the growing baby will not show a proper growth, and that condition we call it cretinism. And Addison's disease, this is caused due to, so this is caused due to underproduction of corticoids. So these corticoids are produced from adrenal cortex, produced from the adrenal cortex. So this results actually in altering the carbohydrate metabolism, and as a result the person will be having some acute weakness and fatigue. So that those are the symptoms of Addison's disease caused due to production of underproduction of corticoids. So here excessive secretion of somatotropin leads to a disorder. So he did not mention whether it is in the child or in the adult. So hence you need to choose gigantism as well as acromegaly. So the right option is both 1 and 2, that is B option will be the right option. Next question, which is a 32 amino acid water soluble peptide hormone? Okay, so we'll see the 32 amino acid water soluble peptide hormone. Coming to gastrin, so gastrin is having 34 amino acids, right? And then insulin is having 51 amino acids, whereas calcitonin is a 32 amino acid containing peptide. Okay, and then glucagon, it consists of 29 amino acids, right? So the option B, calcitonin, is a 32 amino acid water soluble peptide hormone. So option B is right. The next question, excess of which of the following hormones cause Cushing's disease? Cushing's syndrome. So this Cushing's syndrome is due to excess production of cortisol. So due to excess production of cortisol causes this Cushing's disease, and symptoms of this Cushing's disease will include like weight gain. So there is weight gain, and then there is fatty tissue deposits, and then there will be a moon face, means which means a round face, and then the slow healing of cuts, and then acne are some of these these are symptoms of Cushing's disease, Cushing's syndrome. So excess of which of the following hormone causes Cushing's syndrome? That is due to excessive production of cortisol. So the option D, cortisol, is the right answer. The next question, name the chemical the deficiency of which causes Parkinson's disease, and then excessive production causes schizophrenia. So here Parkinson's disease is degeneration of nerve cells in brain. So that takes place for a long period of time. So it's a progressive degeneration. So this is a progressive degeneration of nerve cells in the brain. So that is Parkinson's disease. And then schizophrenia. So here in the case of this schizophrenia, right? So this will be having symptoms like delusions, okay, so which are false beliefs, okay, and are not based in reality. So that is delusions. Then the person also will have hallucinations, and there will be disorganized thinking. So disorganized thinking, right? And there will be many other symptoms, okay, of this schizophrenia. So that is also concerned with the brain. So here deficiency of dopamine will cause this Parkinson's disease, while excess production will cause a condition called schizophrenia. So the option A is the right option, that is dopamine. Right, so with this we'll finish We have finished level 3 questions also. So the remaining questions, you work it out, and then in the, I mean, with this, we finish the chapter neural control and, I'm sorry, chemical control and coordination. And in the next session, I'm going to start with a new chapter, living world.